Realtors, when we call you to inquire on a listing that you have and we announce that we're investors, you're usually taken aback and you think already the assumption is, oh, he's going to waste my time. He's going to make some lowball offer that my customer will never want. And that is not what we're doing. Those types of people, they're not investors. Those are called flippers or wholesalers. They're not investors. Investors, on the other hand, these people are using private money, structuring finance, rearranging timelines and deposits, and doing all kinds of out of the ordinary things to make a sale happen. And that brings me to the second point, which is that there are not just two types of sales, cash or bank financed cash. Those are the two that you're most accustomed to, but those are not the only two that exist. There's a lot of different ways that people can buy property. Did you know that you can actually buy property with property? And it's not necessarily a 1031 exchange. So there's a lot of things that you may or may not be accustomed to when working with an investor, and that we bring to the table another alternative way of getting the property closed, very typically at a higher price than you can get otherwise. Of course, because the sellers are going to take an alternative approach. They're going to get what they want in one way, and they're going to have to give something in another way. That's fine. We just need to work with you to see if they're open to that. Some will be open and some won't. When are they open to that? When there's some other challenge that you may or may not know about that they're facing. For example, the logistics of going from a house A to house B when they have to sell A first. Or if they're facing a large capital gains. A lot of people are facing capital gains nowadays because they've held the house for long enough for the house to appreciate substantially, and some of them have gotten divorced, and some of them have moved out to another property, and they're going to owe hundreds of thousands of dollars in taxes at the end of the transaction. And most people probably wouldn't want to pay that if they know that they have to pay it and they know they're obligated. So those are some of the situations that we help solve as investors. We're not there to get low prices necessarily. We're there to work out a situation that works out for the seller and for us and for you as the realtor too, so that you can get paid your commission. And so when we go and we ask questions that you're not accustomed to, which are actually legal and ethical to ask and get answers to because they affect the value of the house, those are things like, what's the mortgage? What type of mortgage? Is it fixed? Is it variable? Is it FHA? Is it conventional? Is it 6%, 3%? These are things that you can share with us. They are not private information. In fact, they're on public record. You can see most of it, if not all of it. And those are things that affect the value of the property, and therefore we need it to make the kinds of offers that we create for our customers, and we need to work with you to gather that information. So work with us and help us gather that information so you can get the property sold, we can get the property purchased, and you can get your commission.